Hi everyone, I'm Lokesh Karmani and this is my Project Massachusetts COVID-19 dashboard. In this presentation, I'm going to be talking about how I converted the Massachusetts raw data and built a Firebase API, and then I'll show you the website that hosts all the data visualizations. So for finding all the data, I went to the Massachusetts website and found that there's a lot of raw data available that shows all the cases of COVID-19 by by every day. They also show cases by age. They also show cases by race, and they also show a lot of data. I took this data and put it into API using Node.js and hosted it on an AWS EC2 machine. And this API is always running, and whenever there's a new published report, it takes the new published report and publish it into my Google Firebase database. As you can see in the Firestore, I have a lot of collections where it shows a lot of data, where it updates in real time and updates the town level and the county level data in real time. So after taking all of this data and making this API, I built a website that shows all this data in a very good data visualization format. So as you can see, there are there's a total coronavirus cases in Massachusetts. It shows a bar graph and shows how many new cases there are per day. As you can see, we are doing really bad right now. We are averaging almost about 7,000 or 8,000 cases per day, January. Back in June or July, when the pandemic had flattened down, we only had 360 or 300 cases. But now, January, we can see we have 9,000 cases. So as you can see with this bar chart, you can go and see the timeline and see how the cases were in December, November, October, September, all the way up till March. And then if you don't want to see what the new cases are per day, you can also go back to January and say you want to see the total cases. Now you can see the total cases, and they're always climbing, and they've almost reached 470,000 cases in Massachusetts itself. Moreover, you can see the coronavirus cases by race. You can see there are a lot of there's a lot of white population that's suffering from coronavirus. There's almost 173,000 cases of the white population suffering from COVID-19. You can see other races, and you can calculate what races are disproportionately being affected by the COVID-19. As you can see, the majority of Massachusetts demographic is white, so they are currently taking up the majority. You can also switch between the different dates this data is available. This is at the end of December and the end of January, and you can see all of the cases, and you can change it to hospitalized, and see you can see there's a lot of the decent amount of races are being hospitalized, and you can see the respective deaths of people too, by race and by the date that the data was available. Moreover, you can see the data by age. So you can see in January there are a lot of 0 to 19-year-olds that are suffering of COVID-19 cases, and in December there are a lot of 20 to 29-year-olds. That which makes sense because back in December there was still school going on, and if you go to November, the 20 to 29 cases people take the lead. See, according with these data visualization, we can make a lot of see a lot of trends, and especially this data visualization is helpful as it helps people not just look at raw data but look at beautiful bar charts and make sense of the growing pandemic. You can also toggle between the counties, and if you want to see the COVID cases by like let's say Worcester County, that's where I live, and you can see the total case count, the average incident report, the case count in the last 2 weeks, and the percent positivity, 8.01%, which is really high. And then you can change it to Bristol County, Middlesex, and then Suffolk. And you can change it to every county that's available in Massachusetts right now. You can also search by town data. This is really helpful. Like if people want to look at what municipality they're actually in and see how their town is doing against COVID-19. So it'll show all the total Massachusetts data, but there's a whole list of Massachusetts town that you can scroll through and even search through. This search auto completes, and let's say I want to look at Worcester, and as soon as I click on Worcester, this case count fills up, and we can see the total tests conducted, the total positive tests, and the total tests in the last 14 days. Now, if I want to go back to Massachusetts, I can just click this close, and I want to see, let's say, Abington, and then it will show me the data for Abington. This happens all in real time, and this whenever this search is happening, there's a query being made to my Firebase API, which pulls the Abington data and shows you the correct data possible. Moreover, I also wanted to do something about vaccines, but unfortunately, I ran out of time. But the API has the data available for vaccines, and in the future, I will hope to implement some more vaccine data so people can stay informed about how we are preparing against COVID-19 just now and how the coronavirus cases are. Thank you for my present. Thank you for coming to my present. Thank you for coming to my presentation, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you.